Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And the first news we got this week is a monster preview for Act 5 monsters, which are going to come with the Fall of Ariath update, of course, which is the 3.0 coming this summer. And there's a lot of new monsters. This one is pretty scary, some are pretty interesting, some are pretty weird, definitely weird, and yeah, I mean, check the video out because it's pretty good. There's a lot of monsters and it's going to be really interesting to see those and how they are going to fit into the new ambience. Hopefully they won't just be fodder for your skills and like you will just kill them in 0.1 seconds and move to the next pack. But we'll see. They're probably going to be fodder anyway, so enjoy the video because that's the closest look you'll ever take at those monsters probably. And this is kind of serious news because GGG on March 23rd became aware that someone had intruded their own network and some machines had been compromised. So what they did, they cut off all of the external things and kind of rebuilt their security system from the ground up. Although this person or whoever was that infiltrated probably had access to all of the informations for about 10 days, which includes email addresses, assaulted and hashed password, so only the password of course, recent IP addresses, and for users who had goods shipped to them, a name and a physical address. So what does this mean is that some of your information might have gone out to someone else. The thing you can do to keep yourself a bit safer is change your password, because if your password was easy to guess, you might get cracked. Although the password were salted and hashed, and if you don't know what this means, it basically means that the password are encrypted with a very secure method, which can only be broken through brute forcing and requires a long time if your password is actually well built, so it has numbers, upper cases, lower cases, maybe a special letter or sign or whatever. So if you have a good password, you'll probably not get cracked. I personally didn't change it, but it's recommended to actually change it, and you should do it, especially if you feel like your password is not safe. And even more if you use the same password for a lot of different things. And yeah, I use a personal password which is different for every game and everything else, so I feel kind of safe. But still, it's nice to GGG to actually come out and reveal that this has happened. So yeah, hopefully this isn't going to happen again. And another news we got this week is how the Andrew, which is the sound engineer at GGG, kind of creates all the sound effects, and there is all of the process going on here, and he explains how it starts and what method he uses. Like, I don't know, maybe if it's chaos damage, it kind of has a family of sounds, of similar sounds. If it's dying sound, it has to be satisfying. If it's a needle sound, it just needs to be a sign that something is there. So there's a lot of different things. The only problem with this post is that it doesn't really have any sound example that you can actually hear. So it's a lot of images and it's actually interesting, but I would have really liked to hear the progress of sound or just different types of sound for a single monsters, which will kind of give a better example than just screenshot, I feel. But still, really interesting read, so you should definitely check this out. And another very interesting thing, GGG finally disclosed the new changes for summoners, and also they disclosed the damage for the summons, and we're going to see that later. First, we're going to talk about the changes. So zombies have had their damage increased with 45% more damage at level 20 of the minion gem, so they should now be a more reliable source of damage while still being pretty damn good with defenses. Skeleton warriors have been reworked the most. Their damage is a lot higher and their attack animation has been sped up, so they strike faster. The cast time is also faster. However, you can only summon one per cast and you can have up to 5 skeletons at all levels of the gem. They also have an inherent 20% chance to block, which is actually pretty good. And now maybe the block nodes might be worth something. And they have a lesser multiplier damage for the added damage, which actually is a buff, bringing them in line with other minions, for example the Summon Raging Spirits. Also, the uniques and items granting more skeletons now grant less skeletons, and if you invest in those you can reach about 15 skeletons or something like that. So GGG is trying to improve performances while keeping the summons strong, so basically they have more damage and you have less of them on the screen, which I personally feel is actually a very good idea. Skeletal mages are also going to be a lot stronger, dealing 50% more damage at level 20 of the skill gem, and also they benefit from all the things we said here, so they are faster, they move faster, they have less mana cost, and the maximum number as well. The jewel granting skeletal mages is now limited to 3 and lets you summon 5 additional skeletal mages, which is also an improvement. And now their damage scales more evenly, so they are significantly more powerful at lower levels. Spectres will also have a higher movement speed multiplier cap, so they will be able to travel faster, hopefully kind of being able to follow a player, although I don't think anything is going to be able to follow a shield charging player, so I don't know about that, but still GGG is hoping to be able to keep Spectres persistent throughout logouts. This will be really good, but the fact that they say they are hoping means it's not set in stone yet, it's not working probably yet, so it might be into the second wave of improvements, which is going to kick off after hearing from the players who will be able to try the beta. So that's how it's going to be, and here is the spreadsheet which GGG finally released for the damage of all of the summons. So you got zombies, skeletons, skeletal mage, raging spirits, and you also have a DPS comparison chart. If you download this spreadsheet to your own drive, you are actually able to modify all of the things and kind of see for yourself how much strong your build is going to be. So you can finally be able to theory craft using these spreadsheets, and it's really nice that GGG finally, after people asked them like for ages, since the beta probably, to release damage values for minions, they finally did that. And yeah, it's definitely a really big step for summoner lovers, which are going to enjoy Act 5 and the new expansion, and who knows, maybe even players like me who don't really like to play with minions will one day enjoy playing with those. So yeah, I guess that was all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.